Oh, dear.
To bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
G'day and welcome, mates, to the Ange Postecoglou Happy Society as we tomorrow night take on them blowing bubbles West Bama sides from East London, where Barney the Dinosaurs, their biggest thing. And they keep saying, we're European champions. You won the Mickey Mouse European trophy. We just win the big stuff. We let you have the Mickey Mouse stuff. Anyway, how are we all this afternoon? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Any part of the world you're watching. And yes, this is the last show Dermatron will be on his own. As from tomorrow, I think Philip Brady will be back with us. So enjoy this while you can, because you've got a double help in the Dermatron today. You got them at 4 o'clock, and then you got them at 8 tonight as I bring you Man United versus Chelsea watch along, called El Saqueo. Whoever loses will get the sack. Will it be Pochettino? Will it be Ten Hag? Who knows? Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know who you think will get sacked first. And then we've got the big game tomorrow. But this is the pre-match show. We've got all the news for you on my predicted lineup as well. We've got Tottenham news. We've got Premier League news. We've got a lot of stuff to get through in this show as well. So please hit that like button. Please hit that subscription button as well. Hit the notification bell for future shows. Also pick up your memberships as well. And also send in a super chat. Help keep Dermatron doing what he likes doing. I love coming on here talking to you guys at 4 o'clock every day. This is your number one 4 o'clock show. You don't need to go anywhere else but THFC till I die. Newsbeat. Will always be here. And with January coming up as well, we're starting a daily transfer show as well. And we're going to bring you the latest, fastest transfer news, up-to-date news, breaking news, to be the first and fastest, like we did in the summer. We're going to do the same in January. And we will be the place for all the breaking Spurs and Premier League transfer news. But anyway, hello. How are we all? Let's see who's in the chat, who's joining me. Of course, we've got the main man himself, Mr. Carl Simpson, who sits in his chair with his white cat, and he takes his wig off, and he looks like Blofeld, plotting the downfall of West Ham United tomorrow. That's what he's doing, and sending an Ed message to Ange Postecoglou, how to beat them East London bubble blowers. But there you go. Big up, Carl. Hope you're doing well. We've got What's the Point FC. Is there anyone else in here? Is there anyone else in here? I can hear bells of hay rolling through the chat. Yeah, I know. A bit slow, isn't it? What's the point? It's a bit slow, but never mind. They will come. They will come. Do you know, afternoon all. Hey, Dermot, you do realise we played the Whammers tomorrow night and not tonight? Yeah, I do know that. It is tomorrow night. But I thought I'd do the pre-match today because I got a power cut coming tomorrow and I won't be able to get it out. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, because I got a power cut, that's why I'm doing it today, not tomorrow. So it's a pre-match. Pre-match, if you want to call it that. Colin, big up. I'm forever blowing bubbles whilst I'm sat in my tub. They're brown and smell and stink like hell. Thanks, Colin. You're really just... Thank you very much. Thank you. Big up, though. Hope you're feeling better. Carl Simpson says, I say stack them both at the same time on the halfway line. You can imagine that. We've had that done to us with Martin Yo. Anyway, I was going to be nice, but he just called tonight El Sakio. Come on, that was not bad for me, Colin. Give me a bit of a break, will you? Come on. Both managers, I've even got a bit of news about Ten Hag. He is under pressure tonight, and so is Pochettino. To be honest with you, I think Pochettino is more under pressure than Ten Hag. If I'm being honest. I really do think Pochettino is under more pressure than Ten Hag. Ten Hag will get a chance. We'll get to the end of the season, I think. I'm not sure about Pochettino. And he says, bells of hay. Bells of hay with a question mark? That's what you said. You said balls of hay. And I said, sorry. Dyslexia is a bitch. All right? It is a bitch. I do apologize. What's the point? Carl Simpson, Dermo can't get out again. Nope, I'm stuck. I am stuck. And then Basuma, what's the point? FC says Basuma, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso to start in the midfield. Well, that's what I've gone with. I think of my predicted lineup if I'm remember it right. But and then what's the point? Says I have dyslexia too. Yeah, it is a bitch. It really is. But look, we do what we can. But big up to everyone. So sure more people will come in during the chat to get their points in and to get what we think. And well, let's start on tomorrow night's game. So let's bring this up. I've got a new setup now. There we go. Where we go. We've got what time does Tottenham West Ham kick off tomorrow? It's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, of course, the date, the 7th of December on Thursday. Kickoff time is 8:15 GMT. It's on 15:15 in Eastern Time and 12:15 Pacific Time. Your referee is Michael Salisbury and the VAR man is John Brooks. So that's the man in charge. Tottenham's head-to-head record now. We've had 3 wins against West Ham. I know the West Ham finally beaten us 1-1 draw. The last meeting, of course, was a 2-0 Spurs win on the 19th of February 2023. So we've got a good record of them. Then we've got the current all form because Spurs only 1 win out of the last 4, 3 defeats and a draw. West Ham on a better run, actually. 3 wins and 1 draw. The last 4 games. I did miss out 1 there. I don't forget it was a win. I think you're unbeaten actually in the last 5. But Tottenham 3 defeats in a row there. I don't know. Look, it's a win tomorrow though. I think we will win tomorrow. If you are, of course, in the UK, you can watch it on Amazon Prime. If you're in Ireland, you can watch it on Premier Sports as well. I'm going to go into a bit more about Premier Sports and the 3 p.m. things because I was looking about the TV deal and I want to bring out my own opinion on it. I want to get your guys' opinion on it as well about the 3 p.m. blackout. Do you think it is now about time that 3 p.m. blackout should be lifted? I will go into it more. If you're in the United States, you've got NBCSports.com, NBC Sports app, Universo Now, Telemundo, Deportes, and Vivo Universal US Network, and of course in Canada on Fubo TV. And then, of course, what are the odds? If you want to go down and actually put a few quid on this now, Spurs are favourites at 3-4, with the Hammers and the draw both at 3-1. So if you want to go down to the bookies, but please bet respectively. You know, 3-1, 3-1. But Tottenham are 3-4 and odds-on favourites. This is, of course, the injury list. We've got Perisic out for the injury until next summer. We've got Mickey van der Ven, thigh. James Maddison is out. I've got more on him in a minute. Ryan Segerson could be back in training before Christmas, I'm hearing. Solomon's out to New Year. Richarlison, of course, is now back. He had 5 minutes on Sunday. Romero's now suspension has been lifted, so he's now back in the game. Basuma is, of course, his suspension has lifted as well. And Papasa has rejoined training, but this game is a bit early for him. And of course, we've got Bentancur and Whiteman out as well. Dan, this is my predicted lineup. We've got Vicario on goal. We've got Porro, Romero, Davis, Destiny. Now, I know you guys heard me and Dave saying about I would pick Emerson over Davis, and I sort of stand by that. But when I was putting this together, I really had to think: do you want to put somebody Romero? Do you know Romero and Davis have played together? Emerson and Romero have never played at centre back together, so I thought I'd just go with Davis. I'm not happy about it. I don't think it's. Look, I'll be glad when Mickey van der Ven's back, but I just went with that. And Destiny is a back four. Now my midfield, I've gone for Basuma, Højbjerg, Lo Celso. Now, if Sarr was fit, I would have put Sarr and Højbjerg and give Basuma a rest. I think Basuma's lacking in confidence. I think, for me, I think Basuma needs a bit of an arm around the shoulder a little bit, I think. And just tell him that you are a good player. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. I put Lo Celso in the hole. I've put Kulu and Johnson on the wings, and of course Sonny up front. But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat what you think of my predicted lineup. I think this is a team that can beat West Ham. That will beat West Ham. So look, let me know. Let me know what you think. Let's go through some of the chat here, guys. Let's go and see who's in, what people are saying. We've done that one. We've got what's the point? It says we've done that one. Big up. We've got Colin from Full Time Sports Network, which this is also being broadcast to as well. So big up to everyone over there on the Full Time Sports Network, our partner channel. And he's got West Ham win loading up. I used to like you, Colin. I used to think you were a really nice guy. You are a Spurs fan. Spurs to win tomorrow. Now, bless him. And also, he's had to announce his retirement from football. So can everyone please put a few nice comments for Colin, as he's had to hang up his gloves. Ten Hag was very upset yesterday when he was told that he couldn't come in and replace Onana. So yeah, put some nice comments in there for Colin. He's had to actually retire from football, so that is a hard thing for anyone. So big up, Colin. Hope you're taking it well, man. We've got Big T. Big up, Big T from Manchester United fan. I think you're from the agenda. If you let me know in the chat, Big T, what name your channel is, put your link in as well, and I'll give you a bit of a plug. You have more than enough for West Ham, surely. Yeah, I think we do. I think West Ham, for me, this is a bigger game for West Ham than it is for us. It really, really is a bigger game for West Ham than it is for us. It's a London derby. It's a London derby we have to win. And I'm sure Ange will have them players pumped up and ready to go. I really do. I really do think that. We got Carl Simpson, the VAR man is Stevie Wonder. Yeah, and Ray Charles as his assistant. We've got what's the point? FC says not only did that Arsenal winning goal went overtime, it was offside. Do you know what? I actually did look at that today. I'm going to have another look at it later. I was told last night by somebody I know that actually knows somebody that works for VAR, said it wasn't offside. So, do you know, it was very tight. Very, very tight. But I thought Luton deserved to point out that last night. I thought Luton were tremendous. Arsenal, I was doing the watch along on Full Time Sports Network, and as well as on the Armory with Bobby and Benny, two lovely lads. And big up to Benny, absolute gentleman, absolute legend, and so is Bobby as well, and Colin as well. Everyone over there on that side of YouTube are absolute legends. And I thought Luton deserved a point last night. I really did. I thought Arsenal were very, very lucky for some reason. They didn't seem up for it. At least we went there and we battled with 10 men, by the way. We had 10 men and we won the game. Arsenal were throwing that game away. Arsenal were throwing that game away. If any other better side than Luton, if anyone there had any proper defending, I think they would have seen that game out. And I felt so sorry for Luton last night. Absolutely, really did. What's the point? Says Arsenal was so lucky last night. The ref must have went straight down the bookies after the game to collect the wins. Yeah, probably. Yeah, winning. Yeah, that's true. We've got Donna Collin. Now you behave yourself, or you'd be barred again. She is Wagman. Wagwan, Mr. Dermot. Yeah, same to you, whatever that means. We've got What's the Point FC. Did anyone see Arsenal's winning goal last night from Declan Rice? I'm always 100% it was offside. I think What's the Point FC was trying to tell us that goal was offside. I don't know what. I have to have another look at it. I do have to have another look at it, and I'll let you know. Donna saying, Mr. Dermot, how is your health? I'm grand. Hunky-dory. Fit as a fiddle. Apart from back and a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm alive, which is the main thing. Tottenham playing tomorrow night. Woohoo! That's what we want. And we've got a super chat in here for Nathan Pissard. Big up, Nathan. Just let me get it up, sir. And the big up, Nate says, can't wait to sing happened again. It's happening again. West Ham United, it's happening again. Will he tough, but we will win. Coys, your prediction. Look, I'm going for a 4-0 win tomorrow night. That is my prediction. I think Tottenham will win 4-0 tomorrow night. We're going to go out there and batter them. We're going to show them how to play football properly. They can play with their bubbles. They can play with Barney the dinosaur at their London stadium. They're coming to a proper stadium now. They come to a proper football club. We will win. So, let's see what will happen. So, look, I'm going for 4-0, but big up, Nathan. Thank you so much for the super chat. It really means a lot. We've got big up to Daniela as well. Big up, Daniela. Zito says, Kulu has to stay in the cam. Yeah, maybe so. But look, I think Lascelles, that is his position. And I think you get more out of Lascelles in that cam role and then put Kulu in the wing. I just think it works out better for me. But look, we'll see tomorrow night. We'll see what Big Ange does. We've got Liam Hartley. So I haven't seen you for a while. Big up, Liam. He says, David's done okay the other night. He did. But he keeps switching off, Liam, at the wrong moments. He switched off for the Wolves game. He switched off for the Aston Villa game. He switched off when I think Man City got one of the goals. Everyone else ran out and he played everyone on side. So look, Davis does have a tendency to switch off. But he has done well. He got man of the match for the Wolves game. But he was at fault with Dyer for the 2 goals. He was at fault for Villa's goals. He was at fault for one of the Man City goals. We've got to play him because we've got nobody else. That's why I was saying, do you play Emerson with Romero? Look, I've gone with Davis because I've gone the lesser of 2 evils. I don't really want to pick Davis. I'd rather pick somebody else. I'd rather pick Emerson or rather pick somebody else. But beggars can't be choosers. So look, I understand he did okay, but he's got to stop switching off. He can't keep switching off. It's over 100-minute game. Can't keep switching off. What's the point? Says Johnson needs to be on the right wing. His natural position, put Kulu on the left. Yep, fair enough. We've got Carl saying Davis deserves to stay in the team. He's done all right. Obviously not long term, but until the new year. We'll have to wait and see. Carl, look, I've made my point clear. He's switching off. He stopped switching off then. I think he would have been all right. But the bit that gets me, he switches off and he's let us down a few times. It's a lesser of 2 evils, isn't it? What do you do? Mr. Dermot, this team is good. I reckon I won't have to spend much in January. Oh, well, look, and I'm not going down that road. Liam Harty says, I don't know. We haven't won again for 5 games or something. So we need to win this game. Yeah, this is a game we'll have to win. We have to win this game. We have to get a win under our belts. And look, it's at home. It's against West Ham. We've got a good record against West Ham. The last 5 games, actually, we're actually unbeaten with them in the last 4 games in the Premier League. We lost to them in pre-season, but in the last 4 Premier League games, we're actually unbeaten against them. So tomorrow night is very important. Very, very important. Sorry to hear that, Colin. I had to retire at 25 when I acquired a knee injury that I couldn't recover. Yeah, it is. It's very sad when these things happen. What's the point? Says Luke, remind me of a team of giraffes. Fair enough. Tequila, big up Mr. Tequila 316 says Arsenal are rubbish, in it. Yeah, they are rubbish. You know they're rubbish. We got Nathan said anyone sat, whatever that means. Big up to Wayne. He says, good afternoon, Dermot. Everyone in the chat. Hope you're well. And Groove Village and Groove Visualist. Ooh, I am. I'm very happy. It's Spurs Day tomorrow. Every day's a good day when it's Spurs Day. Anyone saw the challenges they were waving? I know. It was one of those games, Nathan, last night. I don't even talk about the game last night or Saturday or Sunday, but look, it is bigger. I don't know. The Premier League's gone mad. Wayne Bonner, Dermot, membership cancellation is just temporary due to availability of work. Look, Wayne, look, I appreciate when you do get them, right? And this goes to everyone. I appreciate anyone that does get membership, but it's more important to get food, to pay your electricity, get your stuff out of the way. And look, friend, as long as you come in, hit the like button, put a few comments into the chat, and hit the and just share this out to everyone, all your friends and family. That's all we're ever asked of you. If you get a membership as well on top of that, look, we're really grateful. But we just love you in the chat, Wayne, and we love your company, and we love what you put in the chat. So keep doing what you're doing, sir. And when you can afford it, great to have you back as a member. But also, it's great to have you're a member of the channel anyway without the badge. But when you do, it's much appreciated. But don't put yourself under any pressure that you have to. But big up, Wayne. It's great to see you in the chat, sir. Correction: Tottenham winning tomorrow. Of course, we're going to win tomorrow. Of course, we're going to win tomorrow. Nathan said West Ham get battered everywhere they go. I will be singing that tomorrow. I will be singing that. Nathan says we have to give due credit. Look, Davis has done well, but the point I'm making, he has switched off. He switched off for Wolves. He switched off for Aston Villa, and he switched off for Man City. It's okay playing well for 80 minutes, but it's over a 90-minute game. It is over a 90-minute game, and you cannot keep switching off if you get to 90 minutes, that's it, we're done enough. You can't keep doing that because it can go. Last night, it went on to nearly 100 minutes, one game over the weekend. You got to keep switched on. If you switch off, the Premier League will bite you in the ass. And this is what he's got to do. He's slightly better than Eric Dyer. I understand he's done quite well. And yeah, we do have to give him credit, but it's the switching off bit that gets me. That's what gets me when he switched off. And for them goals against Man City, when everybody else was running the playoff side, he played everyone on. So he's got to keep concentration. Davis is still a 6 out of 10 player at best, but as Dermo says, no one else. As Dermo says, got no one else. We've got no one else, so we've got to play it. We've got to play him. We rarely do got to play him. And look, it's very sad that we have to rely on the same players that have been letting us down year after year after year after year because we don't buy and refresh the squad. This is where January is so important, that we get that centre-back, that if we do have an injury to Romero, a suspension, or we do have an injury like we do with Mickey van der Ven, we have a proper centre-back to go into that place with Ashley Phillips. Because we can't keep relying on Eric Dyer and Ben Davis because they're going to keep letting you down. As I said, Ben Davis can have 80 minutes of playing absolutely a whirly. And then the last 10 minutes, 10 or 12 or 30 minutes, he lets you down by switching off. We cannot keep going through the same cycles we go through every year because players don't get it. Players don't understand. You have to keep switched on. And Michael Owen said it in the podcast that Simon Jordan does. He says footballers today are not technically as good as footballers back in the 90s. And when you're looking at players like Eric Dyer and Ben Davies, when he has, especially Eric Dyer, you can understand that point. Eric Dyer 10 in the 90s wouldn't last 5 minutes because he's not a technically good footballer. He switches off. Ben Davies switches off. You don't see big players switching off. You never saw players for United or Chelsea or back in the under Mourinho or teams that win things switching off. They stay switched on for the full game. This is why they're winners. This is why they win trophies. This is why they win titles, European trophies, FA Cups, League Cups, because the players don't switch off. We have a culture at Tottenham over the past few years, since the end of Poch to Mourinho to Nuno to Conte, that players switched off. And it's happening again with certain players. You rely on them. You say, look, we've got to play you. Do not switch off. And they switch off. And then you can see goals because then players are not completely and utterly keeping their focus on the game for the full duration of that game. This is why it's so important that we have to buy in January. We have to get another centre back that could be competent enough to do his job, but also keep switched on for the full duration of the match. Because you can't switch off. Because in the Premier League, you switch off for 2 seconds, you're punished. That's what happened at Wolves. That's what happened at Aston Villa, and that's what happened at Man City. We switched off. The defence switched off. Ben Davies played everyone onside and they score a goal. If he followed everyone offside, then Man City would have been offside, no goal. So look, as much as we have to play Ben Davies, I don't really want to play him, but we've got to. We've got no other choice. What's the point? Said Man City defended switch off too and left into. Yeah, but they've conceded, 10 goals in 3 games? That Man City have had 3 draws? Man City are not this all conquering rolling machine. They have to back it up this year. Not even the great Man United team won 4 Premier League titles in a row. They have to back it up. Man City have to win either the Champions League or the Premier League to back up what they did last season. And to be honest with you, I can't see them doing both. I can see them doing one or the other, but not both. I don't think they're going to win the Premier League this year. I have a sneaking feeling it might be Liverpool who win it this year. That's just my own personal opinion. I think Arsenal will fall away. I think if Liverpool are there or thereabouts by the end of the season, they've been there, they've done it. Look, we're going to finish in the Champions League place. And I think we'll finish in the top 3 too to boot. But I just think Liverpool have it. They're scoring goals for fun by not playing well. And if you can do that, watching Arsenal last night, I don't think Arsenal have the bottle to go to win the title this year. I really don't think. I think they will bottle it, and I think they will fade away. I don't think they have the bottle to do it myself, and I think Liverpool will win the league this year. Don't like saying it. I hope we win the league, but I can't see us doing it this season. Yeah, next season. But I don't think Man City will. They've got to win one or the other to back up what they did last season, which is doing the treble is a fantastic thing. United did the treble in 99. They backed it up with winning the league the next year. You have to do the same thing to back up what they did last season. What's the point? It says against West Ham, I'm taking Son out from the centre back position after he scored an own goal for Man City. Yeah, I would too. We've got Liam Hartley. I just think they're playing for fullbacks in defence. It's just risking a little too much when we don't have to. Yeah, that's so true. Carl said we have no one else. Well, he's laughing. Why was Donna Cullen banned? Oh Lord, what's the point? Please don't give her any encouragement. Please do not. Big T says, is it time for Richarlison to step up now and light up the Premier League? Yeah, it is. It really, really is. I think it is. And we've got Colin Turner in here with a 199 super chat. I don't know where your comment is, Colin. If you want to put it in, I'll read it out for you, sir. I'm probably a little bit behind on the chat, but I am getting there. So big up, though. 199. Thank you so much. It's really, really appreciated. So we've got Nathan saying this. We've got look, Richarlison for me is a player that flats to deceive. And why I say that is, if you look at him at Everton, he was a big fish in a small pool at Everton. He was the big player. He was the player that everyone rallied around. So you could build a team around him. You could build off his enthusiasm around him. When he came to Tottenham, again, I said it before, become a small fish in a big pond. And I wonder if this is a step too far for him. I just wonder if it's a step too far for him. If he was to go to a, say, mid-table team, I think he would be fantastic. But I don't think he's your man to take over the Harry Kane mantle. I think we do have to buy a striker. We should have had a striker lined up ready to replace Harry Kane. Sonny's not going to be there forever. We have to start now planning for the future and planning from next season. So wait and see what Tottenham do. But look, as a backup, as somebody coming on 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour ago, Richarlison is your man, but I don't think he's the man to take over the responsibilities. I don't think he will light up the Premier League. I think if he's in a smaller team, a mid-table team, I think he'd be better suited to him. I think Tottenham's a bit too step up for him. We've got Tequila as well, 316. Big up to Wayne Bonner. We've got Nathan saying, I met an Arsenal supporter girl once. We talked. She asked me, will you leave me if I'm an Arsenal fan? I said, yes. I blocked her and left. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lucky effing Arsenal. Yep, big up Liam as well. I agree with you. Nathan said, heard Gala is sending Dombele back 200,000 wages. What is with this guy? Don't get me started on him. Do not get me started. I'll actually leave that for Philip coming back tomorrow, see what he thinks of it. I'm sure he'll be in a great mood. Big up to Ines as well. Most games are now near 100 minutes now, and they should be switched on until the final whistle blows. Hi, by the way. Big up to him. And do you know what? I was watching the after-match thoughts of Carragher, Richards, and Roy Keane the other night. Last night, actually. It was something Jeremy Carragher said. And it was said that Sonny never stopped running from minute 1 to minute end of the game. And they were talking about captains and talking about captains leading by example. And it got me thinking about Sonny being the captain. Was it the right choice? And I think it was the right choice. Because Sonny never switches off. Sonny leads by example. And the likes of a Ben Davies or an Eric Dyer need to follow that example by never switching off, by never, taking the mind off what their job's to do. It's a job. Given the job is to defend. You defend for the full 100 minutes. And look, fair play to Sonny. He didn't stop running from minute 1 to minute 100. And nor did most of the team on Sunday, actually, to be fair to them. Look, they put in a good performance, and everyone's saying a point away at City is a good point. That is a good point. That's a point that could set us on for great things for the rest of the season. We can build on this now. Rarely can. Tequila says, can't believe we are still having the Davis debate. I know. Tequila, you're so right, because it's a debate that we should not be having. But we're still having the Eric Dyer Davis debate because they won't go. So what do? You got Dyer on the year left in his contract, 6 months now from next month. So look, we have to see. We don't want this again next season. We've got Ines saying Tequila saying hi to Tequila. Liam says, put it this way, why would you like to see Long Beach or play? Who would you like to see? Long Beach or play Davis? I'd do anything just not to play. Yeah, I'd even pick Longley. I would even pick Longley. I always said they should have bought Longley. They should have kept him. We've got Liam said ACM or play Davis. Anyone bar Davis. Anyone. I'll even put Hugo Lloris in that back four instead of Ben Davis. Wayne says Davis does a job, Davis does a job, but by God, the board should have understood by now after 22 years that we need cover F fullbacks at centre backs. It's not good in the long term. It's not good in the long term. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We keep kicking the can down the road thinking, look, we leave it to the summer. I don't know what. We might leave it to January. Oh, we leave it to next summer. We can't keep doing this because we're left with players that have let us down under 4 previous managers. And Man United are going through the same thing. Some of them fans are now realizing, hang on a minute, it isn't the manager's fault. It's the players that are playing. It's their fault. Some of them are now waking up, and some of us woke up to that very late. And now since Angie's come in and Angie's bought this new sort of optimism around the club of we can do it, we're good enough, we can challenge, we can go with these big boys. And some of these players are not good enough. They're just really not. I was watching those glory days for the 100th time. What a movie. Yeah, it is. Big up to Big T. Says, you see players from United switching off now. Luckily, we've got 20 minutes out. Look, I said it. Look, I'm going to do your watch along tonight on here, Big T. And it's a case of, look, you where we were 2-3 years ago. But I feel so sorry for Ten Hag. Some of them players are unbelievably poor at United. And look, as a club, I think it was ridiculous you let De Gea go. Because by Jesus, you could do with him and go. Because how Onana's kept 5 clean sheets this season is beyond me. I think some of your players have to do an awful lot of soul searching or an awful lot looking themselves under the mirror. And I'm thinking if Fergie was healthier and didn't have to go through what he went through, I think it's torturing him. I think he's seen the club that he built. It's been dismantled by these players that pretend to be footballers, to pretend to wear the shirt of Man United. That means something to people from Man United. That shirt means everything to United fans. It's like the Tottenham shirts means everything to us. So when we see players, not putting the shift in, like under Conte or under Nuno or under Mourinho, it hurts and we get angry about it because that is our club. That is the club we support. That's the club that we pay our hard-earned money to. So I can quite understand how Man United fans are feeling. And seeing what they're seeing. You cannot accept it. These clubs mean more to us as fans than they do to these players. You know, these clubs are institutions. They're clubs that have been around for centuries, for hundreds of years. These clubs were started by the Joe Blog, by people that weren't rich. I mean, I think Man United was started by railway workers. Tottenham was formed under a lamppost by 4 men that wanted to do something in the winter because they couldn't play cricket. A lot of these clubs have very humble beginnings, have very beginnings that it goes back to the working class families, working class people. These clubs meant something to everyone. And now these days, players that come in on big money, big wages, big contracts, and you just think pulling on the shirt is just a job. It doesn't mean anything to them, but it means everything to us. And there is some players who get it. There's some players who actually can tap into that understand what it means. That you're there to do their job. Your job is to perform and entertain the people that come and see you, to give everything for that shirt, for that badge, and to give 110%. And the players at Man United at the moment are not giving everything for that shirt or that badge. And that is very wrong. I know Colin's fed up with it. I know you, Big T, you're fed up with it. I'm 46 and I had to go through the Fergie years of watching Man United win everything. But they deserve to win everything because them players never gave up. It's what we've got at Ange now. Never gave up. They keep going to the end. They give everything for the shirt. Roy Keane, people don't like Roy Keane, people love Roy Keane, but you're guaranteed when Roy Keane walked out in that pitch for Man United or Ireland, he gave his all. Sorry, not oil, all. Forgets the pan. I mean, that's another subject completely and another discussion completely. But apart from that, he gave his all for Man United. He was the captain. He led by example. So I can understand these older players being a bit peeved at these players now. I can understand Tottenham older players being a bit peeved, seeing what we were going through, the drosh we had to watch. We now have a manager that understands our DNA, that understands what makes Tottenham tick, understands the philosophies of what the club were built on, what Bill Nick built the club on, what Arthur Rowe built the club on, what Keith Birkinshaw continued to build on, what Terry Venables continued to build on. And he's a manager that got it. And we've got our club back. Man United fans must be going through hell because that's not the club they recognise. You're worse, I think, now than you were even through the doldrum years of the 70s and 80s. Seriously, I think Man United's in a worse place now than you were back then under Tommy Docherty when you got relegated. I seriously do believe that United are in a lot of problems on and off the pitch. And it's going to take another Alex Ferguson to come in and whip that club back into shape again. Is Ten Hag the man? I don't know. But you need to stick with him. You can't keep sacking him because it's the manager's fault. Changing the manager is all well and good. Then players will go and start playing well for the next 10, 15 games, like players done for us. Conte came in. Eric Dyer's like the best, pretending to be the best player in the world. Then the next season, he goes back to what he is, which is a useless article. And given away goals against Liverpool. Players not turning up. Players not playing well. Players not giving their all. Oh, don't worry, I'm still going to get my 100 grand a week, but I'll just go out and kick a ball for an hour and a half. I'll only try for 45 minutes. You know, I'm really passionate about this, and it really gets my goat going because I know it's genuine fans like me, Big T and Colin and Tequila and Carl and everyone, Wayne Bonner, everyone in the chat that loves their clubs. But we will not accept players coming into our club and not giving 100%, are not playing for the badge. Football means everything to people. These clubs mean everything to fans. And I feel as much money is in the game, football has changed over the years, and football has changed over the decades. I think we are now getting back at Tottenham to the principles of what it is to be a Tottenham fan. United have lost that. United I've lost their soul. And you can blame the Glazers for that. You can blame the players on the pitch. But I think blaming every manager that is their fault, I think you need to start looking at other people as well and where the problems do lie. But look, I'll go on to that later because I'll talk more about it tonight because I am doing the Man United Chelsea watch along. So please join me for that at 8 o'clock. What's the point? I'm so behind in the chat. I do apologize, guys. I go on these rants and I'm very sorry. What's the point? It says big players switch off a lot. That is why they concede goals. Every team concedes goals. It's not just when we are conceding too many since Romero and Van de Ven have been absent. Look, it is what it is. We haven't got the proper centre backs to cover for Romero and Van de Ven. It's just, it is what it is. We can't do can't do anything about it. We've got Wayne Bonner, bloody hell, Dyer, the only man who can play the opposition on side on table football. Yeah, exactly. We've got big up to Chris as well. Big up, Chris. Evening, mate. Hope you're well. Big up, Chris. I see you got something up on YouTube. Can you WhatsApp me? Because I want to have a talk to you about the boxing thing. I see, can I get you involved, actually? I think the only thing Arsenal will win this season is the same bottle they won last year. Exactly. Big T, all teams are conceding. Defense is a dying art. It's all about outscoring your opponent. It is. Ian says, what's it? Yeah, City are missing KDB. Yeah, they are. Chris says we need another centre back or DM to win the league. In my opinion, we're definitely in it. All three teams have weaknesses. Yes, to do. We've got Colin Turner as well. Evening, Dermot. Hope all is well. Having Cutie back is a big bonus, and a couple of few new faces in January window. Yeah, we are. We've got Soul's Legacy 602 at Wayne Bonner. You can say that, but Arsenal and City both play a lesser opposition than the last few days. And both went into injury time at 3-3. Only Arsenal had the quality to win. Might be the year. No, it's not going to be a year. Sorry. Arsenal will not win the league this year. Even Tony Adams has come out. Arsenal will not win the league under Arteta. I think Tony Adams knows what he's talking about. Arsenal will get injuries soon and they will effing slip. Yeah, they will. We've got what's the points, and everyone likes Son. He does work hard, so he's a good pick to lead by example. Not the best speaker, but leads in the front. Yeah, he does. Big T said, would you swap Davis for Maguire? Trying to gauge your feeling on Davis. Oh, Lord God. I might have put that into a poll tonight, actually. Would you rather Maguire or Davis? Neither. But I'll put it in the poll tonight, Big T. I'll let you know that, actually. I'll let Bobby know, that thing. Let you know the result of that poll. Ines, Levy's happy with just Champions League's qualification. Yes, he is. And therefore just invests barely enough to get that. Never enough to push on for a title. I do know what, Ian, I can't disagree with that because it's true. But I am seeing the change. We'll have to see what happens in January. Really, really do. Well, it's got Carl saying, apparently Newcastle want De Gea to replace Pope. There's a problem with that. I'm trying to look into that. There is a slight problem with that. We've got Salva one big up. It says, evening, Dermot. Your reaction to Declan Rice goal was goal, but what's your honest thoughts on Arsenal? I'm going to claim the fifth. Oh, Lord. Look, I don't think you're going to win the league this year. I don't think you will, sir. I don't think with Arteta you've got a manager that will take you all the way. As I said, I think Liverpool might actually be the ones that are going to push City. If City do actually, I don't even think City are going to win the league. Look, you're going to be there or thereabouts. You're going to get Champions League with us. That's for sure. I think the North London derby is going to be an important point to who finishes above who, to be fair. But I think it's anyone's league this year, to be fair. But I just don't think Arteta will take you there. I think Tony Adams was spot on. I don't think Arteta's the manager to take you forward. And I think you were very lucky to get a win last night. Luton deserved a point. And look, I don't like Declan Rice because he's a traitor, because he chose England over Ireland after us helping him through all the youth system over here as well. So that's my thought on there. But look, big up Salva One for coming in. Hope you're doing well, sir. Big up. And no, I enjoyed that last night. It was good banter last night. I enjoyed it with Benny and Bobby. Always do. It's always good banter. So big up, sir. Big up, and I hope you're doing well. Big up to Big T as well. Look, how many chances Onana faces during those clean sheets? It was the opposition not being clinical, then Onana keeping them out. It's a full stat. I agree with you. I fell off my chair nearly when I read that stat, Big T. I just couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. We've got Matthew saying, big up, Dermot. Matthew also says, man, Ange needs to sign Rashford. Do you know what? I was saying that last night. Hang on just for 2 minutes, guys. Sorry. Just for 2 seconds. Sorry, I just need a drink. My throat is very dry. Yeah, I think we do need to sign Rashford. I said last night, Ange would be the man to get something out of Rashford. Look, I don't know if Big T would agree, but I think Rashford being a local lad, and it was said last night on Sky, I think by Gary Neville, or I think by Carragher or somebody like that, that Rashford should be leading by example up there. It's a bit like a local lad, like Steve Perriman was a local London lad. a few players that came through the ranks were born with or within Tottenham. And the local lads were the ones to grab everyone by the scruff of the neck and say, right, lads, we are doing this. And I think Rashford had to do that. And I've been very disappointed in him because he is a good player, but is it because he got this big deal? It is money changing players thinking, do you know what? I don't have to try as hard because I'm on 200, 300K a week. And I'm getting God knows how many millions a year. I don't know. It just really, look, I think Ange would get something out of him, but I think he's not playing for Ten Hag. I really do. Spurs says, Matthew, his wage demands would be ridiculous. It depends. Hi, Dermot and chat. Big up, Steve D. Hope you're doing well, sir. Let's see. We've got Big TC. For me, a player has not made it when he gets a big contract. He's only made it when his statue is put up. I agree with you 100%. Absolutely agree with you. We've got Steve T says, I'd rather have Richie than Rashford. I can forgive a player with limited ability that tries hard, but I can't forgive an average player with a point. Do you know what, Steve? You're bang on with that assessment. Absolutely bang on. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. Absolutely 100%. We've got Mo is saying Rashford is better than any Tottenham player. Yeah, right. Okay. Is there another Alex Ferguson out there? I said it before, Mr. Big T. You're going to have another Fergie to come in. I think we've got our Bill Nick and Ange Postecoglou. I really do believe that. I believe he's the reincarnation of Arthur Rowe, Bill Nicholson, all rolled into one. I really do. You need another Alex Ferguson. I thought Ten Hag was that Alex Ferguson thing, but where Alex Ferguson led by fear, but people respected him. Players respected Alex Ferguson because he'd been there, he'd done it. He built that club in his own image. Fergie knew everyone from the very top to the tea lady in the tea room. He knew everybody. You got to have somebody to go in there again to do the same thing. Is Ten Hag your man? I don't know. I see Mark Obridge talking a lot of Man United and saying how he's given out about the players, and rightly so. But I think Ten Hag's been thrown under a bus here. I really do. Honestly, I do. He's been thrown under a bus by that. But look, we'll have to wait and see. What's the point? Says Man United need to get rid of all the overpaid mercenaries and bring in the best young, hungry talent. Yep, so true. That's what we're doing at Spurs. Hi, Takeda 316. Spurs Legacy 602. Sorry, couldn't type the first bit. Big up. We've got Daniela Stewart as well. No, it's not. It's not. It's the big game it is a big game for Spurs. You lost then Sunday was just hype. I can see a Spurs win. I can also see a West Ham win. But if you look at the stats, you'd be 3 or 4 the way we do. Look, Tottenham are going to win tomorrow. Look, why I said it's a bigger game for West Ham, because West Ham think Tottenham is their big game in the season. Every London derby is so important to win, and we will win tomorrow night. It's bragging rights. It's a case of that we're the best team in London. And do you know what? I think we will win tomorrow night, and we'll win quite comfortably. I said it, we're going to win 4-0, and I think we will. Big up, Daniela. Thank you very much for the comment. We've got Carl saying, somebody called Gary Doherty. Oh, Jesus. You're desperate now, Carl. The Ginger Pele, you must be desperate. We've got Rashford has glimpses, but overall his contribution is woeful. He couldn't even rack up a decent assist tally when Ronnie was there. He's pony, yeah. Look, 4-0. You do 4-0, please. You do knew we play our best football against high lines. Okay, that's my opinion. Good evening, Coys. Arsenal lot had to go with us for celebrating beating Sheffield United, but the way they celebrated against beating Luton last time was hilarious. Absolute hypocrites. You know what, Daniela? I nearly fell off my chair laughing. It was like they won the league. I went in this morning into a shop, said, can I have a little trophy for Arsenal for beating Luton last night? That's what it is. Arsenal have won the Luton trophy. I mean, we done it with 10 men without conceding a goal. Arsenal conceded 3. Shows how crap their defense is. Honestly, it was funny. It really was funny. We got Rashkick as well. Hi, new here. Big up, Rashkick. Coys. Big up, sir. Hope you're doing well. Very welcome, and welcome to the family. We've got Tequila. LOL. It's not even 5 p.m. Domo. Watch the language. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Daniela says, you're not winning the league, but Spurs could win the FA Cup, especially with one of Arsenal, Liverpool going out the third. Look, I'm always confident that Spurs will win the league every season. Look, we're not out of it. Look, we're going to get Champions League. That's for definite. I think we will. And I've always said that we will win the FA Cup. I think this is our year. And with Arsenal and Liverpool could both go out in the third round, you're definitely right there. But I think this is Spurs' year. I really do. We've got Ian says, what Spurs fan really wants to talk about the Woolish scum? I know. But if somebody puts a comment in, I've got to be decent enough to give it my opinion. If they don't like my opinion, then that's fair enough. But I've got to, talk about it. Matthew says, Steve D and Ten Hag destroyed Ronnie's career too, and now he is a verge of sacking. Look, I am getting on the column. We are going to do that little debate for you, Matthew. We may do it live, actually. I don't know. But watch out for that. We're doing that for you, sir. So watch out for that. Carl says, I will be honest. If Arsenal keep their first team fit and keep grinding out wins like last night, they will win the league. Carl, they're not going to win the league. They're not good enough to win the league. If Tony Adams is coming out and saying Arteta will not win the league for Arsenal, that tells you something. He's a Lego man. He goes home, his missus takes him apart, puts it in his little Lego box, and then she gets up in the morning, she builds him up again, and then sends him out to do his job. He's a Lego man. He doesn't have any brains. He's Lego. The FA Cup is starting on the weekend, starting the 6th of January, and we've got Burnley at home. We've got Colin Turner. If Arsenal win the league, it would be because City threw it away. Yep, exactly. We've got the beer talk. Big up, sir. Arsenal won't win the league with Raya. Arteta loves his countrymen, so Raya, and I know. I was hearing it all last night. Absolutely. It was so funny. Daniela says in the new year, Spurs legacies. Where Spurs lucky against Sheffield? We never gave up. That's why. We never gave up. Never give up. We've got Chris. I'll mess you after us on WhatsApp, Domo, about the boxing F1. Big up, sir. We've got Colin as well. Raya out for Tottenham. Yeah, I think so. We've got Rashford needs a fresh start. My question would be, would Spurs match his wages? Well, there is rumours that he could be going to Tottenham. I don't know how true it is. Rashford and United need a fresh start. It's time to go. We've got, what's the point? Levy to sign Rashford for $400 a week. Yeah, I don't think so. We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, we've got Matthew says, I hate Ten Hag to the core. Not only the Ronnie situation, his entire behaviour. He doesn't even know how to talk. Come on, man. So and he says, well, wait, let's see. This is your first week playing 3 games in 8 days. Yeah, it is. It's true. Tony Adams is playing mind games, or I don't know if he is or not, but it's always a good laugh. That's the point. Spurs also celebrate beating Sheffield in the last. Now Arsenal have done it. It's out of order. I'll go away with yourself. Seriously. Daniela says, yes, he's been thrown under the bus, but he's also overrated. Yeah. Spurs Live, big up. He says, my prediction is 2-0. Big up Spurs Live as well. Colin is saying, there ain't many teams who Luton will score 3 against. No, that is so very true. And we've got Spurs Live. Big up, mate. Do you know what? Thank God I've got to the end of that. That was a lot in the chat. Start from nobody. He's just come out of nowhere. Big up. So please hit the like button and subscription button as well. Please hit that notification bell for future shows. And also pick up your memberships, all starting at $1.99. Think to $5.99 as well. And if you don't want to do that, please send in the super chat. I know it's tough out there, guys. I know it's close to Christmas. So if you want to ask a question, put it in the chat. I will bring it up and send in direction where you want me to talk about. Well, let's go through a bit of stuff I've got planned for you. Yeah, we've got done the Tottenham West Ham preview. We've got a bit of Tottenham news. So let me sort this out. There we go. This is from the Spurs web report. Real Madrid plotting surprise move for Tottenham defender Inter Live have claimed that Tottenham Hotspur right back Emerson Royale has emerged as a transfer target for Spanish giants Real Madrid. What do you reckon to that, guys? I don't believe it. I don't. I actually look. Royale's a good player, but I don't think he's Real Madrid standard. To be fair, but look, that is what the Spurs rep are reporting today. Also, Foster, of course, Foster signs a new deal. Official Fraser Foster has signed a new contract with Tottenham that will run until 2025. So that is a good signing as well, I think. Now, Saba via Sports White, Sabhatch via Sports Witness, because Galatasaray defender Victor Nelson could be available for a fee of around 10 million, which I reported yesterday as well, by the way. And the Denmark international is considering an exit in January. So there we could be getting a centre back. 10 million, that's a good price. Manison is out for a little longer. Spurs fans will have to wait a little longer for his return. Manison has insisted that his recovery is going well. It's looking like it could be 6 to 7 weeks' time before he is cleared to play. And then from the 90 minutes, this is their report today on Tottenham. Tottenham ready to step up Ben Godfrey pursuit. Tottenham looking to sign new centre-back in January. Everton's Ben Godfrey among the targets for Ange and scouting team. Teammate Gerard Breathright, a long-term option under consideration. Also by Spurs. Also by the Football League word that Southampton goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu has impressed since joining the club and has played a crucial role in their unbeaten run. Tottenham Hotspur are reportedly interested in Bazunu, but journalist Dean Jones questioned whether he would be happy as a backup goalkeeper. Southampton may not be worried about losing Bazunu in January, but they would be vulnerable in the summer if they don't get promoted. Look, for me, I think that's a good buy for us, actually. Look, me and Dave bang on about Bazunu. He is the next best thing. He's our number one goalkeeper. His distribution with the ball and his feet is fantastic. It's out of this world. It really is. It's something special. So yeah, I think that'd be a good buy for Spurs. I do think I do think that we do need another proper backup for Vicario. I don't think Fraser Foster actually is your man. But I think as a backup, Bazunu, for me and Dave will bang on about this. He's brilliant with his feet. His distribution with his feet, he gets the ball, he's up for Cario, he gets it out quickly. He's great for playing. He'd be a great addition to Ange Ball. Really will. And then if you look there is actually the championship standings as it stands, actually. You've got Leicester at the top. Ipswich second, Leeds third, Southampton fourth, West Brom fifth, Hull City sixth, Blackburn Rovers seventh, and Preston North End eighth. Bazunu joined the Saints from Manchester City last summer for a fee of 12 million, potentially rising to 15 million. He has impressed since his arrival at St Mary's. A very tough season for Bazunu last year. Of course, Southampton got relegated. But the 21-year-old has played a crucial role in the Saints' current 11-game unbeaten run, which has seen them move up from fourth in the championship table, 8 points behind second place Ipswich Town, with 9 points behind leaders Leicester City. So let me know in the chat what you think, guys. What you think of that? Would you like Bazunu? But that is the Tottenham news. Now, I'd like to bring you over to a little bit of a new part of the show. Of course, Premier League news, where I bring you all the latest, what's happening from the Premier League, from all the news reports and whatever. And the first one I got here, of course, it is in connection with the game tonight, El Sacco. Eric Ten Hag sent Manchester United sack warning ahead of Chelsea clash, a scored prediction made. Chelsea take on Manchester United in a huge Premier League fixture at Old Trafford this evening, with both managers under significant pressure to get a positive result. For me, I think Pochettino's under more pressure than Ten Hag, but look, anything can happen in football. As Jimmy Greaves always said, it's a funny old game. We've got Jamie Carragher aims brutal dig at Pep Guardiola ahead of Manchester City versus City. This is Pep's sort of dig at Gary Neville and Carragher after they made remarks about Pep and saying that, if you ask us all, I think we're still fancy Man City for the title. We've seen this before with City, where they've gone on the run during the second half of the season, would win 10 or 12 games on the bounce, go away from the other teams. Maybe this season, Arsenal will be stronger from their experience in those moments. We know Liverpool have been there before. Yep. That is so true. But look, that's who knows. Now, guys, let me know about this. Premier League's football Saturday, 3 p.m. blackout debate. Now, we are going to debate this on the roundtable discussion next week. Now, basically, the Premier League's new record deal is a 6.7 billion television deal, which means more football matches will be shown on TV from 2025. But while broadcasters like Sky and TNT will show up to 270 live games a season, some things have remained the same. The Saturday 3 p.m. blackout has been protected, meaning no matches can be televised from 14:25 to 17:25 on that day, at least until the new deal ends in 2029. So, look, I think, but it's rule introduced back in the 1960s to encourage fans to watch lower league football still needed today. From Adam Chapner, a non-league kitman from Heaton Stanton, the answer is a very much yes. His club plays in the ninth tier of the English Football League, but are based just 3 miles from Premier League club Newcastle United. Adam says if the blackout is lifted, fans will be basically able to watch every game in the Premier League, meaning they wouldn't watch their local non-league team. Clubs at a very level of non-league rely on gates as their main source of income. Bombs and seats, he tells BBC Newsbeat. I'm going to word with BBC Nick and I name Newsbeat. You know, I'm going to take him court. They nick Newsbeat of us. Let me know what you think in the chat, guys. Look, I live in Ireland, right? And we have Premier Sports, and we have a 3 p.m. kickoff game shown on Premier Sports every Saturday. Now, we can watch every Saturday, 3 p.m. I think it's Man United this weekend. I think, look, I think if people want to go in and stay in and watch a match at 3 o'clock, it's down to them. If they want to go and watch their local non-league side, it's down to them. People should be given an option. I think it's now gone to the point of the 3 p.m. blackout needs gone. It needs going. There needs to be more TV for football on free-to-air television that people that cannot afford Sky or cannot afford all the subscriptions, because we know prices are going to go up with this. So free-to-air television, football and free-to-air has to, I think this is where the 3 o'clock kickoff will come in handy. Now, the EFL TV deals leagues willing to consider scrapping the Saturday TV blackout. The English Football League is willing to consider scrapping the Saturday 3 p.m. blackout as part of their new TV rights deals from 2024. The present 595 million 5-year deal with Sky Sports caused controversy when it was talked of in 2018, with some championship clubs believing it to be on value their competition. However, there is a belief that the AFL that bigger deal could be secured, aimed the hopes that streaming such services such as Amazon, Netflix, Apple might show an interest. Under the current agreement, Sky show at least 138 league matches a season, as well as every playoff game and the League Cup final. They also show 14 ties from the earlier rounds of the League Cup and the semi-finals and the final of the EFL trophy. I'd say rights for 1,809 matches across the league, EFL trophy, and all the end-of-season playoff matches are available for prospective bidders, said the AFL in a statement. The rights to those games could not be sold without screening matches between 14:45 and 17:15 on the Saturday, which is currently not allowed. The TV blackout of Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff dates back to the 60s, and it's designed, of course, to protect the lower league attendance by preventing live football matches from being televised, which could mean fewer fans going to games in person. UEFA imposed a blackout when it was requested by the Football Association. But women's football Saturday 3 p.m. blackout slot backed a solution to help grow audience. Now, I think this is a great idea. Women's football matches should be shown live during the Saturday afternoon blackout. The director of ITV Sport has said no matches are currently being shown with the 3 p.m. blackout to encourage attendance at games. But in July, football chiefs began exploring whether matches in the Women's Super League could be televised on the Saturday afternoon. Neil Slolan, ITV's director of sport, believes the slot should be utilised. Where else can women's football fit into the weekend, Sloan added. I think it's a great idea. The Premier League and the EFL scheduling plans for the next broadcasting cycles do not include games in that time slot. In March 2021, it was announced that the BBC would show the Women's Super League on the network free-to-air TV for the first time in a landmark 3-year broadcasting agreement with games across the BBC Sky in the deal worth £7 to £8 million per season. However, the deal runs out next summer. Last season, WSL matches constantly kicked off at 11:30 a.m. on Saturdays and 6:45 p.m. on Sundays to avoid scheduling clashes with the men's game. That's that. So look, that's all the Premier League stuff and all the Tottenham stuff. Let me know what you think about that, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the thing. We've got Matthew saying, Dermot, what is the Rashford rumours you have said? I'm waiting on the answer. I've asked the question just now, so I'm waiting on the answer. As soon as I hear anyone, I will let you know. We've got Chris Walsh as well. Big up, Chris. It says Ten Hag will be sat after Liverpool game and then beating them on the 17th of December. It's always Liverpool, the same with Romania. Do you know what? You could well be right. We've got Eltel Cockerell. Big up, Eltel Cockerell. It says, afternoon, Dermot, and all your lovelies in the chat. Big up, sir. We've got Matthew saying, Jamie Carragher, I don't take a guy seriously who hasn't won a league title in his career. Well, he won the European Cup. Do you know what? He won quite a lot with Liverpool. We've got Carl Simpson, don't need Bazzuno, get nowhere near Vicario. He needs first in football. Look, if Vicario gets injured, would you want Bazzuno, Carl, or Ben Foster and go? I'd rather have Bazzuno, to be fair. But listen, guys, that is it. We've got it's Premier Sports a subscription in Ireland or free. Now it comes within the package you get. I mean, we got Virgin, so we get it within the Virgin package. It's still a Sky Sports package. It's not free. No, it's sad though. These things. It's sad that these matches aren't free, and this is my point. They should be more free to air television, football and television. Look, it's for people that cannot afford it. It's really football are charging the people. The fans will pay more to watch a match because it's their club playing, and all these big broadcasters know that. Sky know that. Virgin know that. So they will pay what they will charge what they want. They know full well people will pay whatever it is. I think if people start buying the service, the Premier League might start thinking, "Oh, hang on a minute." Do we have to go back to BBC or ITV, or do we have to go to a cheaper model that will allow our product to get out there, but people to watch it at a reasonable price? Have to wait and see. We've got Daniela. I'm in England, so I'm more TNT Sports and Sky. Help more games are shown on there, as I don't watch Amazon or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Cheers for the update. Big up, Airtel Cocker. I hope you're doing well, sir. Big T says, I think this new deal will increase dodgy street. I think so as well. I really do. Honestly, I agree with you. I think, look, I want to get more into this. I'll probably get more into it with Philip tomorrow when he's back. Because I think there's a debate there. We could have a proper debate on this. So we will do that when Philip is back. We've got Chris Watch. I remember F1 was on BBC. Yeah, so do I. I remember it being back in the 80s on BBC. And the great Murray Walker, he was the commentator of my childhood. And then it went to ITV, then it went back to BBC, then it went to Channel 4, and then it went to Sky. And then we've got Mick Harmlick. Big up, Mick. A bit late in, but you can watch the replay of this. It says, good evening, Dermot. Good evening, Mick. Hope you're doing well. But don't worry, Mick. I am back at 8 o'clock tonight with the watch-along for Manchester United versus Chelsea as we continue THFC Till I Die Premier League watch-along week as we bring you the top game of the Premier League Wednesday. And, of course, we've got Tottenham, West Ham tomorrow night. Well, guys, thank you very much for your company. I'm going to end it there now. Please hit the like button. Please hit that subscription button on your way out. Hit that notification bell. I'm sorry, Mick. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. You came in at the last knockings, but come back and watch me take the Mick out of Chelsea, Man United. Mostly Chelsea, Big T. But come back then. But yeah, please join me tonight at 8 o'clock. And as we all build up to the big game tomorrow, Tottenham against West Ham Philip is back tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. But whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Spend a little time with your family. That's what I intend to do. So come on, you Spurs. In Big Ange, we trust.